Hi, Alexandra.
Hi, Stephen.
How you
So nice
doing?
to talk to you today. Good. How are you doing?
Good.
So you not only directed two episodes of Flack, but you're also the executive producer, and you have been since the beginning of the series.
Very, very fancy.
So, what was it that first attracted you to the series?
We, I mean, if you were trying to imagine a sort of diametric opposite character to Suki, we were trying to find something for Anna that would be, a sort of departure away from how the world had seen her for a few years, and our production company were accepting ideas being sent to us, and this was actually something like 2014 2015 when we started this process, maybe even before then. And so we were trying to find something that was just a complete sort of tangent. So we started developing this very early, and the beauty of working together is, and starting at something from the beginning, is that you get to have a creative input into how that version of events gets put in front of the world. And Ollie, our creator, sort of would come to us with crazy ideas about celebrities and ideas that he'd read about from around the world, and he'd sort of put these two things together and go, how about this for a character? And it was just so much fun to create these hideous celebrities.
As executive producer, did you get to pick which two episodes of the second season you were going to direct?
It was fortuitous, actually, because I was doing a show in Calgary in Canada, second season, as an actor, but we knew that I was going to possibly direct a couple, and so as it turned out, it was going to have to be the back end of the episodes, and so 5 and 6 were perfect for me because I was working, but also they were very, very emotional episodes for Anna, and so I knew she was going to go to a very deep into that character stuff, and it was good that it was me doing it with her because I could sort of hold her hand through it, and we have a trusting kind of great relationship. I've got this fly. We have a really good relationship around going to those places and her feeling comforted and sort of with a security blanket. Sorry.
Did you get him?
I didn't get him. He's still going. I don't usually kill anything, but he's really annoying me.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to.
Yeah.
So I got to see the first two episodes of the second season, but not the episodes that you directed.
Had
Can you tell me about them?
you seen the show before?
I saw the first season and I was blown away by episode 5 and 6. I was just like, oh my God, the payoff was so great.
Yeah. Well, in a way, so episode 4 of season 2 is Robin goes missing. And so I knew that we were going to get to tell the story of where she'd been. And so 5 is told as it's happening, but as it's happening, we get to see flashbacks of the night before and just how far she's descended into her sort of addiction. And that was really, there's some really deep and dark and difficult stuff for Robin's character, but for Anna to go there as well. There was one day where we strapped a camera to the front of her, looking back at her face, and we walked around London with her, drunk and off her head, and it was kind of amazing because we were literally like a crew of us. There was about 12 of us with about 4 extras, 5 extras, 6 extras, something like that. And we were just walking through the streets, and people would be going, "What's this coming towards me? Is that Anna Paquin?" And she's got a camera strapped to herself, and she's in character. And we were getting on tubes. We were going to sort of famous locations, and it was amazing. It was just like, it was a really, really creatively fulfilling process doing 5 and 6.
I wanted to ask you, because you're originally from Britain, what was the best thing about being back in England to film?
Well, one of the things that's really lovely about it is we've got a home that I've had there for ages, and so we get to stay at home when we go home, which is really nice. I get to see family. The grandparents get to see their kids, the grandkids, and all my friends, obviously. I get to work with actors that I've loved for ages. This year we have a couple of dear friends come in and do cameos. Amanda Abington is a dear friend of mine. She comes in and does episode 5 with me. And then Kevin Bishop does episode 6. Just fantastic. So, and Amanda too. So it's one of those things we're also doing it in England where you're able to just kind of go, oh, can we get that actor for this part? And so because there's just this bank of great theater actors, great TV actors who aren't necessarily doing sort of big American stuff necessarily, although they're working all the time on British stuff. So that's really fun. Also as we've got Sam Neill this year, and Sam I've worked with independently, and Anna's worked with independently. I speak to Sam occasionally. He's a friend. And so getting him in, and Daniel Day Kim and Martha Plimpton, I mean, the cast is ridiculous. So it's just been a joy, really. And being home's lovely to do it.
Is there any difference between being on a British set as opposed to American one? Yes.
And I say this with utter love, but British film sets don't have any money. So there's no overtime. And what that means is our day is usually, unless there's a night shot, the day is 8 till 7. It's an 11-hour day in the UK, whereas it's a 13-hour day in the States. And then in the States, if you need to go over, you go over. You just go, and they pay overtime. English companies don't pay overtime. So 7 o'clock, the plug gets pulled out of the socket. And what that means is that depending on how your day's going and how sort of well you're doing time-wise with telling your story, sometimes the last hour is what we call in the UK a kick bollock scramble. Excuse the swearage, but a KBS we call it. And what it means is you've got the last hour can be we've still got a scene to do. And I wanted to do it with a beautiful establisher, a nice developing shot, some close-ups, and maybe some art. And you don't get that opportunity. You just have to shoot it. And that can be the most creative, actually, because you don't have the comfort of being able to go into overtime. You have to be creative. How can I tell the story in the most economical way? And sometimes that makes magic happen. And I love that.
That's fascinating. I've never heard that before. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the rest of the episodes of the next season, season 2. And I just want to say it's been such a lot of fun talking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen.
Later. Bye-bye.